It's time for an Out and About with Jamie Grout Shortcast video, and I'm with my buddy Austin Jones.
Hey, Jamie, great to see you.
Great to see you too. Look at that tie. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, Jerry Garcia.
Oh, Jerry Garcia.
A little splash of color for a banker is always an interesting thing.
There you go. We're here to talk to Austin about Grinnell State Bank's 100-year celebration, and it's very exciting. 100 years of service. So, Austin, tell us a little bit about Grinnell State Bank's history.
Okay, sure. Grinnell State Bank was founded in 1925, in October of 1925.
Mm-hmm.
There was a group of local investors that came together and reorganized the bank after Grinnell Savings Bank failed. Grinnell Savings Bank was in the teens and founded in the teens and the 20s, and there was an agricultural crisis that occurred in the 20s in Iowa, and there were a lot of banks that were failing. So this group of investors came together and formed Grinnell State Bank, which is kind of ironic. My grandfather worked for that organization that closed banks. He worked on a bank in Tama, and was asked to stay in Tama after closing that bank and reorganized that in the 24 or in that time frame. And then he worked there for a number of years, and I think he sold out or moved on in the 40s, and then moved back to Grinnell. During that period of time, Grinnell State Bank also bought a bank in Malcolm. We had a branch in Malcolm for a few years. And then my father and my grandfather bought the controlling interest in 1954, and my dad came back at that time and worked in the bank with my grandfather. My grandfather was involved as the president and CEO, chairman of the board, and he passed away in 1976. My father was the president from 1972 until a few years before his passing. He passed in 2021. My brother has been a former president, and I was president of the bank. Now my nephew, Rusty Jones, is president of the bank, and we put him in place just this year. So the bank has been, in 1996, we bought a bank in Marengo from Boatman's Bank at that time. And then we also took over failed banks in Johnston and Polk City from the FDIC in 2011. So now we have the four. We closed the bank branch in Malcolm because the business was just couldn't get people to work there, and that was closed in the early 1990s. And so now that's where we have the four branches, and we're served now with a 10-member local board, and the family is involved in the ownership.
Well, so my next question is, what has helped Grinnell State Bank stay so strong for a century now?
Yeah, well, it's really the commitment to the community. The bank has been focused on making sure we're making good loans. We have tight underwriting criteria. We have great customers that we've really serviced. The depositors have allowed us to reinvest back into our community, and have driven our profits. And profits for a bank are what build capital. And we've been able to make reasonable profits and make good, prudent financial decisions on the loans that we've made. And we've limited our losses. You know, one of the story that I should have told you earlier was during the 90s or to the early 80s, there was another ag crisis, and there were a lot of banks that were closing down farmers. We didn't close down a single farmer during that crisis, and we were focused on really serving and helping our customers get through their struggles, and did a nice job of doing that. So they were able to keep their farm or move into a new career, and we were able to get our loan paid off and keep the operation running. So we've been able to build strong capital and reinvest it back in our communities.
How is Grinnell State Bank preparing for the next generation, Austin?
The next generation, when you look back and look at the 100 years, we've seen so much change. And internet banking, mobile banking, artificial intelligence are all pieces of the pie that we're working on now. And we're dedicated to making that mobile banking branch a viable going operation now and into the future.
So what does being part of a 100-year legacy mean to you personally?
the most personal thing is the family, family that I've been involved with. I've got my daughters, my nephews, my brother. I've got nieces and nephews. We're into our 5th generation here at Grinnell
Wow,
State Bank.
amazing! It's absolutely amazing. And we have a little time left. Tell us about all the family members that you have involved in Grinnell State Bank. I think it's really it deserves a lot of kudos to have so many family members involved in. It is truly a family-run business.
Well, it's right now it's myself and my brother are the chairman of the board, and then my nephew Rusty is the president and CEO. His brother Tony oversees our operation in the Johnston area, has a good clients, but actually we've purchased a bank in Colorado, and he's moved out to Colorado and is running that operation. My daughter Allison is in charge of HR, and she's in the Grinnell office. My other daughter, Kelsey McCulley, is in charge of marketing, and she helps manage and run our Marengo office. And then one thing I forgot to tell you, my youngest daughter works for a company that manages and oversees our internet banking module.
Oh, no kidding.
Department. So she's not working for the bank. She works for Running Robots, a company in Iowa City. Jeez. But she's still involved with our internet banking division. So, and then I've got my grandnephew, Rusty's oldest boy, has been a teller. He's off in college. And then Carson Jones, Tony's youngest son, is a loan officer in our Johnston and Polk City offices.
And then you have a celebration coming up here in Grinnell in October. Tell us about that.
October 3rd, we are having an open house here in Grinnell where we've bought a bought a Grand Champion hog, and we've butchered it, and it's pulled pork sandwiches, whole hog pulled pork sandwiches. Love to have people come down so that we can thank you for your business, and we're welcome to anyone that wants to come and meet us. If you're not a customer, we'd sure love to talk to you about becoming one.
Well, 100 years of pride with Grinnell State Bank. So much to be proud of. Community involved in all the communities they are involved in here. So stop on by in October and help them celebrate 100 years. So much to be proud of, Austin.
Thank you, Judy. Our
interview guest has been Austin Jones with Grinnell State Bank on this video shortcast with Out and About with Jamie Grout. Until next time, Grout is out.